Good evening, everybody. Actually, it's afternoon, Shady. I'm not used to be doing 3 o'clock on the East Coast time. Tuesday, January 29th. Hello, Patriots. How is everybody doing today? And with me, I've got Shady Groove, who's my co-host tonight. Hey, Shady, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing out there today, everybody? It's great to be with you. Great to be here sharing this new experience, this new hub that we've put together with everybody. I'm so excited. I'm shot out of a cannon, man.
Oh my gosh. And we're here to introduce you and go through this website that we've got. It's called intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. It will be and is the home of the Q Army. And really just want to introduce it to you and show you some of the tools that we've got for you. Shady, you have any, first of all, I want a Webmaster Q, who is our webmaster for this site and has been putting this together for us, bringing it from Matrixxx to Matrixxx Reloaded. And then just stay tuned. We're going to have a Matrixxx Revelations soon later. So, but this one will do a lot right now. It's a powerhouse. It's a tool bag for all of the people that are new to Q, people that are still, obviously with us this whole journey, and people coming up just now or in the last couple months, but, getting everybody up to speed and trying to show everybody the tools in our bags, if you will, Shady.
Yeah, I'm trying to provide the anons out there with a place that is a functional reality to bring your friends and family and the people that you run into on the street that you've red pilled. You can point them to us here, and to gives them a run through of the information. We've linked all of the information that we can think of, and we're linking more every day to uh, have a hub so that you can see other anons that are speaking and being true to Q, and you can interact with us and you can find them real easy. People can see their links. People can come and see the resignations, all of it in one place. If you're brand new to Q, you can come to this site. If no one's ever heard of it before, get oriented and understand what is going on in a very easy, manageable way. And I'm really thrilled to worked with our developer on this. He has been just right hand man, unbelievable right there. I'm just like I said, I really am humbled to be in this
Yeah.
position with and sharing this experience with everybody at the same time to show how Unity works and who we all are here.
That's right. I mean, this is an amazing undertaking. We've had this in our view, in our heads for a while, and getting it out into onto a website that's organized.
A little bit of a translation.
It really is. And right now we have an online. Now we have 220 guests online and 2 members, and we'll go over this website basically with you guys. And I want to just take you through the menu to use these tools to understand how to use them. So obviously, new to Q, we'll cover that first because if there's anybody out there that's new to Q, welcome. We've got some great mods out there. We've got Jay Vega, Prof Q, a couple others out there. Say hello, mods, and treat them with respect. And just like we're in the living room, right, Shady, as you like to say. So basically, here we are at intheMatrixxx.com, new to Q. This text that we'll see below was made by the brilliant anons of the 8chan board, and they use this, use this as an entryway into Q. It goes over the basics. It was very well done. Have you seen Q? It kind of talks about, hey, have you heard of Q yet, right? And who is Q? So this is what this kind of goes. Where did Q first post? And so you can have the timeline in your head as you're red pilling your neighbors, family, people, random people on the street. So this is a wonderful little site. We will be adding to this as well. Maybe we're going to do a new to Q video possibly here, Shady, and we got some other ideas.
We're the idea to bring everyone together in this forum is the only thing that we could think of to strengthen our conversation and strengthen our unity. The message is really simple. The message is freedom from the people who enslave us. So getting that message out and translating that message from the 8chan boards or the other various places on the internet is cumbersome. I know a lot of you guys out there, researchers and diggers and anons who've been on this train for a long time. You've gotten yourselves oriented, but we're getting ready to go into a phase really soon where we're going to be talking to a lot more people, and a lot more people are going to be coming to the conversation. And if you been with us on the Q Lounge, you understand that our message is that of patience, and you understand that our message is that of inclusion. People that have been confused before are going to become unconfused very quickly, and they're going to be non-combative with you. They're going to be asking you questions. This is what we're attempting to
Oh,
provide as a place for you guys to see this together and to come into the conversation with each individual is going to be different, and each individual has a different experience. Are you
yeah.
what'd you
And
do over there?
well, you can see why we're under attack here constantly. They don't really want us to get this word out, do they, Shady? I don't have it. It just aired on me like it did earlier this morning. Hang on one second. Let me go one more time. It's yeah, guys. So this is why we're giving you this tour to show you that they can attack us right now, and we need to get over to our webmaster. Shady, it's gone. It's an error right now.
Yeah, I see it. He sees it.
He sees it too. Okay, good. So we glitched. This is the second time today we've taken down. We have taken some steps, but it won't happen for about 24 hours in order to make sure these steps are saved, if you will. So we've got some stuff going on here. Wow, Shady. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and revert over here. So that's the web page, guys. We're gonna go over to Twitter, and let's see if they're up, and see if my account's still up. Right. All right. So we got actually a lot of stuff happening. So we're just gonna go ahead and revert this to maybe some happenings that are happening right now and have happened. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up, Shady.
There is going to be a lot of resistance to what you're seeing him and I do right now. This is something that has never been attempted on the internet. We plan to bring everyone together in a way that your overlords, for lack of a better term, do not want you to do. They do not want you to be united and to find each other and to communicate with one solid voice, like I was saying a minute ago, which is freedom and which is unity. This is going to be something that we work in tandem with you guys together with in the future. We provided forum areas where we're going to be reading your ideas. We're going to be taking in your comments. We're going to be interacting with you. The future of this is to include chat reality where we can have people in real time, research, Discord, digging, live audio, things that are going to be happening. So an all immersive construct is what we're aiming for here. And I'm going to tell you right now, we have a lot of resistance to this idea. Not only do we have resistance to this idea from people who worked with us, but we have resistance from this idea from pretty much every single establishment you can imagine in the known world. None of them want us doing this from one side to the other. So we're aware of the task that we're taking on. You can imagine we have done our due diligence in making sure that whenever this is completely hardened, their attacks are going to be futile. But in the meantime, things are going on in the world, and Q is not posting out there. And I want to reiterate that Q is not Q not posting doesn't mean don't pay attention to what's going on. That means to pay extra attention to what's going on. We're being taught like a toddler to walk, to stand on our own and to stand in solidarity and to work out our issues and to be patient with one another. That's a big deal, and we're all striving for that, and we're going to do it in real time with you guys together through this portal on the web.
Yeah, it's amazing that this happened during the show. So all of the web hosting company that we're hosting out of right now is unreachable right now. So what I want to say about this too is we're smarter than that, but we're just not funded well enough yet. But we will be, and we will have to get our own dedicated servers. So if you guys feel like contributing to, or excuse me, donating to make sure a site gets out there for all of us, it will be back up soon. We are going to keep going, so please feel free to help out. I think we're gonna have to get to the next level, Shady, and get out of this hosting company and actually get our own server. So we can't do it by ourselves. So just let us know. So, Shady, I'm going to go ahead and just read this real quick for some time filler. You know, I really love this, and I needed this the
You
other
got to
day.
let me read a couple.
All right, well, I'll let you read a couple, but let me start off though, because it's amazing. If you mistakenly refer to a friend with "kek" instead of "lol," you might be an anon. If you go to the grocery store with someone and someone asks you where the bread aisle is, and you instinctively scream "lurk more," you might be an anon. Go ahead, Shady.
If you go to a website and immediately look for the notables, you might be anon. If you're in a group chat and you look for the dough before you start typing, you
You
might
might
be
be an
anon.
anon. If you take a math test and see a plus 3 greater than or is less than d kill box divided by 2, and you find yourself wondering who d is and why is he in the kill box, you might be anon.
If you're with a group of people and someone suggests, let's order a pizza, and the hair on your neck rises up, you might be an
You
anon.
might be an anon. Let's make pizza great again, guys. We need to get that back again. If you answer the door and see a Jehovah Witness and you scream bump bump shills, you might be an anon.
If a friend mentions to you, did you hear the news about Sam? He lost his job and you demand sauce. You
You
might be
might
an
be an anon. When you're at Sears, the checkout lady asks you for your email address and you scream, I'm not going to dox myself, you might be an anon. I love that one.
if your child complains about their homework and you mock them with homework, you might.
Mom, I want to do my homework. You might be an anon. I think we're an anon. I'm an anon for sure. If your child thinks 6 gorillion is a real number, you might be an anon.
If you think Freddie Benson is a much bigger monster than Freddy Krueger, you might be an anon.
That's right. And if your wife or girlfriend brings home a friend from work and introduces her.
Stop it.
Okay, we can't say that one, but you might be an anon. And we can't really say the next one, but it actually is not offensive at all, just so you know. But if you consistently call your friends friends, you might be an anon.
If someone states something you don't agree with and you respond to with fake and gay, you might be anon.
If you tell your spouse I love you and immediately follow it with no homo, you might be an anon. I do that all the time.
If you're having a conversation and someone tries to change the topic and you scream slide, you might be anon.
Sliders. If your friends tell you something interesting, some interesting news, and you state that's notable, you might be anon.
If you're computer illiterate yet you know what a 522 server error is, you might be anon.
You just go to intheMatrixxx.com with 3 X's.
We got one right now.
Oh, oh yeah. So if your kid mentions the home Wi-Fi connection is slowed down, and your first thought are DDoS attack, you might be an anon.
If someone tells you their address is 777 Main Street and you scream trips, you might be an anon.
Nice trips. To describe that, if you get 777 on a Q research board, whatever the number is, those are good trips. Love the trips, digging the trips. If you meet someone for the first time and they mention they are a baker, you shake their hand and thank them for their service, you might be an anon.
If you find yourself constantly typing more MOAR instead of more MORE in your email, you might be an anon.
Yep. Also, if you know what an A10 warthog looks like and knows what sound it makes when it's firing, it's like the burp. You might be an anon.
And if you have nightmares about Freddy, and I don't mean Krueger, you
You
might be
might be an
anon.
anon. Yes, yes, yes.
Just a little dip into the boards there. That's referencing the board speak, the 8chan, 4chan speak, the way we reference each other and refer to all of the posters over there. And it's a madhouse. It really is. People were kind of under the impression that, maybe even the people at 8chan, it's just not going to be a place to send your friends over there. We have the information that is compilable and linked through the site that we have, and that's going to create a buffer to say, oh, where's Q posting? Well, you can go there and the Q posts are going to be posted there. You can go show them the Q clock there. You can interact with the Q clock and go through these different through these different red pills, because there's a lot of them. You guys know what you've been through. You know what you've seen for the past year and 3 months now, and the information is immense. It's hard to absorb. It was a little bit of a translation to see, okay, how we're going to make this to um, be readable and be navigatable to find the things and to be direct at the same time without without a lot of fluff. And that's what we're trying to do with this, is to bring you information without a lot of fluff. That's where we orient our content towards. And we have nothing more than the greatest respect for all of the Anons out there worldwide who have brought their time and love and dedication to this movement.
Yeah, and that's why I coined the term brilliant anons, because they are very brilliant. Wanted to bring up here too, Shady, Stormy Joe Patriot. If you're not following Stormy Joe, it's at Stormy Patriot 21. Guy's a great digger and a patriot. Misspellings matter. So Donald J. Trump misspells wiener just like they did in the IG report, page 294. Could things be dropping soon? Laptop? So that's a very amazing here. So if you look at that, page 294, that talks about crime against children, we that's what exactly what they're showing right there. So this is page 294. And in fact, this is the OIG report, and this was one that you can red pill your friends too. Look at the OIG report. It talks about Hillary Clinton and Foundation, and then crime against children. So that's very an amazing way to put the dots, and I believe Joan of America helped him connect the dots there. So amazing. Here's a cool meme that Joseph Albertson made. I just kind of liked it. I'm just very partial to the green for whatever reason. I thought this was pretty amazing. This is from our last show. This is the historic results of our president's results of his terms here. Also, never mind. So make sure you get these threads from my Twitter account, because they are trying to cut down who is P. Right now, people are trying to tell you that it's Pindar, Patriot, Pope. Who else? Shady. And Petraeus. Today. Yeah, P is Petraeus, guys. He bought the Vatican. He did all that. So this is the one here I just did. P is not Petraeus or Pope, because as I showed in that thread down there, he said Pope because could the Pope is P Pope, and then Q said Pope, all spelled out in Killbox. Will be having a terrible May. So they're actually usurping Q post 1970, which pretty much somebody Anon says does P equal Payseur, and Q retweeted it. So yes, things could have multiple meanings, but not right now. It's not Pelosi. She didn't. Her family didn't start the Federal Reserve System, but the Payseurs did. So we really have to use discernment, guys. There are people out there trying to show things that aren't real. Here's like the Payseur companies. They all bought the Charleston, the Cincinnati, the Chicago Railroad. That's who bought the Federal Reserve System, guys. All right, that's who owns it. That's a parent company of them. All right, so guys, please go check out intheMatrixxx.com with 3X's once it gets going on. And I wanted to bring this up too, because there's executive orders that show you that there's a battle of control for the holdings. And this could be the way that we own the Fed too. So there's the executive order about the notice of regarding the continuation of national emergency with respect to transnational criminal organization. And that was reissued on July 20, 2018. And then you've got this one on somebody's birthday, December 21st. I don't know who that could be. Anyway, do you know anybody born on the 21st of December? I don't know.
No, I don't.
Executive order blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. Okay, so that's the executive order that they're bringing this stuff into the Treasury. And I'd like to actually just discuss a little bit more about that, because
maybe I was going to mention real quick for everyone out there to pay attention to what happened yesterday in Venezuela, and the new sanctions and John Bolton's comments. Very interesting to talk about. This is Citgo and all of their infrastructure, and we are now not supporting the current president of Venezuela because of his corruption and of this thievery. So this is falling under the guise of some of this trust stuff, some of this Payseur assets. I saw someone asking, were the Vanderbilts the Payseurs? The Vanderbilts were what you would consider a subsidiary or a company, someone who runs the company. That's the way they operated through these families that you know of, as the big families that they put up there. Well, they're the lynchmen or the mob, if you will, of the Payseur Trust, of the cabal. They're the arms of, tentacles of.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I noticed like yesterday in that press briefing with Sarah Sanders, and there's a link on my YouTube here, or YouTube, excuse me, Twitter, that if you tune in, like I was, big news regarding Venezuela. They mentioned Citco, Payseur, right? So if we go back to the Q drop that mentions Total SA, and Total SA is an oil company, gas company made out of that was based out of France, and they do a lot of oil and gas in the European Union. And then above them are all the other oil companies. So as we know with banks, there is not any separation from a bank. They're all owned by the same entity. Same thing with Citco. So if they blocked all of the accounts for the Maduro gentleman and said you can only do business with the new president of Venezuela, and you can only buy it in America, not United States of America. They use the term America. So Citgo, that's one of the family bloodlines. That's one of their companies. Blocked accounts back to the Treasury. Any monies going to Maduro have been seized and do go back to our Treasury, guys. So there is a bunch of oil coming over right now that's on the ocean coming over this way. They will allow that to come over. It will slightly impact the refineries as well, but they will be buying oil from the correct person. And I do want to do a little bit of digging on that new president as well to make sure he is a Donald Trump-like patriot for Venezuela, and I just hope so, because this is a huge cutting of the strings, folks. Something big is about to drop. A lot of times oil is called big oil. So that could also be another coincidence.
And notice the how we've moved so fast in our production here. Very, very key for us to be producing all the energy that we need, so that we're not relying on this feeble infrastructure that has been propping up the world system for the last 60 years. The site is back up, Matrixxx.
Yep, I'm going there now. There it is. Look at that. You can kick us, but you can't keep us down.
We fix it in real time.
Right. Thank you, Webmaster Q. If you're listening, thank you very, very much. So this is the new to Q. We just kind of went over that earlier. What I want to show you next is, how cool is that? We've got the Matrixxx in our hand, so we can get out of it. I want to reverse my kill boxes. So then we've got the cores here. So this is Twitter and YouTube feeds. For intheMatrixxx, Twitter and YouTube, which is this one. Shady Groove, Twitter and YouTube, which is Truth for Freedom. And then Shady Groove Twitter threads. So that's his, what is it called? Thread Reader app. So let's just check out Shady's Twitter real quick. And here we go. Boom. You can read this. And if people don't have Twitter, you can come here to read Twitter. So Shady,
you guys, you don't have to be logged on to Twitter. You don't have to navigate Twitter. If you want to see what we're saying, you can come here and you can review exactly what the posts are and scroll through them far back as you want to. Same with the YouTube videos that have been posted. They're going to be here. They play right from the site. You can come here and see pretty much all the content we have. Some stuff is off-site still, as we're working on getting it put in the same spot. But it's really coming together fast, and we've got all types of future things coming. But to have this stuff here is what we wanted. We wanted to have a place where our information was in one spot, where you don't have to go back through, explain to go to Twitter 2 months ago. It's impossible the way those feeds roll, and there's so much information happening. So this is really exciting for me. This is one of my favorite things, is to have you guys. Just realize, for those who do not know, his Twitter feed literally has every single Q post from the beginning that he has logged, documented with the Anon research that go along with those posts. So his thread reader app as well has all of these threads and all of your comments. That information is so valuable because you just really don't know what you're going to hit on and say, oh yeah, that, and then boom, right into this, and then I can explain this to this for this. Uh, that's the web we're trying to seam up here, and we wanted it to be all in one place for you guys.
That's right, and that's the course. So that's also for you guys. We have the excuse me, let me just make sure, new to Q, the course, yes. So we have what we were calling the Patriot News Network, guys. This is everybody, and there's no transparency. For example, let's take iPod. Everybody loves iPod. Here's iPod's Twitter. There it is. And then we're going to go over to, we'll look at that. See, look, there's iPod. I love iPod. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he is one brilliant anon. I love the way he puts things in perspective with his videos, guys. He's doing some unbelievable work.
That's right. And then we've got his YouTube link. And then also, we've got his Patreon too. So if you guys like Sir Patrick Mack, you can go support him over here on his Patreon as well. What we're trying to do here is really show you full disclosure. Patriots United. Here's qmap.pub Patreon. If you're against Patriots, well, you might not want to use qmap.pub. I mean, actually, you can because everything is free. But I'm just letting you know that they also have a Patreon to develop this beautiful site, qmap.pub. Hat tip.
And have done an amazing, really, they have the best, quickest layout out there.
Right. And here's Blessed to Teach. Same thing. Twitter, YouTube. So we're going to be adding more as well. Here's Corticon. Corticon has a YouTube, a Twitter, and a Patreon. Okay. Lisa Mae Crowley, obviously love her. Anon Decoder's on here. Praying Medic, of course. Praying Medic. There he is right there. Let's see. If you want to donate to the Michael Flynn Defense Fund, General Flynn, we stand behind you. There's General Flynn. This is how you contribute to him, okay? Thank you for your service, General Flynn. You took a bullet for us, and we stand behind you. Sergeant Report, SGT Report. Look, I like him too, but okay. So you got to understand, if we're going to be the new Patriot News Network, people are going to have to figure it out. People are going to have to do it with something. Here's Lionel Media. I love Lionel. He shouts us out quite a bit. So we've got Space Shot, Paul Saran on Twitter, We the People Insider on YouTube, 412 Anon, and we're going to get SLDC Callie on there as well. Callie's amazing. Serial Brain Archive, we love Serial Brain. Neon Revolt, Tiffany, we were just on John B. Wells with the Caravan to Midnight. So this is going to be added to, but if you guys want to start suggesting anything, go ahead and let us know. If you want to add anything, okay, guys? Because we're here for you. And we're going to be adding too. We haven't forgotten anybody on purpose. It's just in the works, okay? So that's that. That's it. Also, if you want to get some Q Army ammo memes, because
this is a great folder. This has a pretty much across the board spectrum of any memes related to any topic you might currently want to be sharing when Normie's on Twitter.
That's right. This is receiving. It's a big folder, so it does take a little bit of time here. But it's going to have anything. It's going to be all grouped by, okay, what's on 9/11? Okay, oh, wow, Antifa. Oh, wow. Look at all the different ways that you can look at this stuff. And I noticed they don't have a Payseur one yet. So if anybody wants to make some good Payseur memes, feel free. So Mind Control's on here. Look at this. It's just amazing. Here's Pelosi stuff, Pizzagate, Planned Parenthood, QAnon. Let's go to QAnon. These are some of the JPEGs that you can get, and
these are free to use.
These are free to use.
And a meme makes a great point for people that you're using Twitter out there. The meme, the power of the meme is you really can't explain how powerful a picture is with the proper wording on it that makes a good solid point. It drives it home to say, it's different than words when you can see.
The pictures.
With the Q post, but also with the comments, whether it be sarcastic comments or whether it be factual comments all are relevant in this conversation that we're trying to start. That's what we're doing with the the Twitter and the social media. We're starting conversations all over the place, and that's what we're trying to give you the tools to do, to not only say, oh, send somebody here to Red Pill, but oh, I could take these beams and put them here and make this comment to this person, and what are you going to say back to this meme? You'll be shocked at how many times you can wrap up a conversation from someone who's being a little bit on the idiot train with a good meme.
Right. So that's with the Twitter feeds, the cores, Twitter feeds, event schedule as well. I forgot to cover that. The event schedule, we will be posting events. This is our debut today of this. And then this was a coming up one on February 1st, the Q Lounge Live, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here at intheMatrixxx YouTube channel. So we're real, this is basically a toolbox for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at the crumbs now, Shady. This is the site that's being attacked the most. This has gotten the most traction as well. There might be some drumming dude's video right here that he actually took down on YouTube, but we happen to have it right here. If you guys want to look at that, that video had over a quarter million views, along with another 30,000. So we're almost at 300,000. And then how many other times it's been distributed around YouTube? It's right here for you to watch. So it's been hidden for whatever reason. This is the Payseur Part 1 presentation, the Payseur Part 2 presentation, Payseur Part 3 presentation. We go into the Trust the Plan presentation. And actually, we need to do a Part 5 of the Trust the Plan, which is Payseur Part 5.
The Happy Hunting.
The Happy Hunting. Okay, so stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. But this is it, guys. This is the video that was taken down. It actually got a lot of views, but we happen to have it. So there you go. Oh, there's buy my flashlight. Anyway, so we got that. So that's the Payseur video. Okay, so that's a good one. So that's under crumbs. So crumbs is going to be resignation info too. This is huge. We have permission from Resignation Anon. We've actually got his Twitter account here and his YouTube. And believe it or not, the YouTube is actually somebody that we very much respect, is In Real Life News. If you guys haven't checked out In Real Life News, please look him up. And these are the resignation shows. Remember, Q Post 400 says keep track of resignations. Okay. We were there. See this right here? This is the P for Payseur. There's another video for Payseur available for you guys to look at. Every time we do the presentation, we find something new, but we're being attacked really hard on it. So really think about why. That's all I want to say. Active list of resignations. So resignation.info, Resi. There are 6,630 resignations right now, guys. It's you just can't make this stuff up. So this is a very comprehensive list. He's doing an amazing job, and there's some stuff just added yesterday. Right here, and there'll be some stuff added today as well. So the top 5 resignations by people are these folks. The organizations, UKIP, White House, USA Gymnastics, Newsweek Media, and the Consumer Advisory Board. Top resignation by countries. Look at the USA, 3,714. UK, 552. Canada, 281. So this is amazing. The position.
This is part of the reason that the information needs to be in one place, so we can showcase the work that's being done behind the scenes by people like this and the other anons that are compiling this information. Look, I mean, you look right here, you're seeing January 28th, January 28th, January 28th. I mean, this is current. As soon as these news stories are coming out, this is getting logged. It's getting linked with sauce to where the news story is and who the person is, and the research is being done as to how they're maybe possibly connected to the deep state. Very, very huge information, especially for people that look at you and say, oh, what are you talking about, resignations? Well, look, there's 6,400 people that have left monstrously paying jobs in the prime of their lives, a lot of them, to walk away seemingly retiring. Okay, very unusual. We've been watching it for over a year and a half now, almost.
Right, and now we move on to the indictments, and these are updated between in the first week of the month. Okay, so right now this is a Google Doc. We are probably going to change this from Google to our own to grab it. But these are your, people want to know where the indictments are. Well, they're on intheMatrixx.com. We have them right here.
Listed, yeah, listed by district
That's right.
and number in district, and also indictments that have been unsealed have come off the list as new ones come on.
That's right.
So it's an updated list. It's not just, there's currently 70 some thousand sealed indictments, but that doesn't count the 1,000 or so that have been unsealed over the course of the last year.
Right, and this again this updates the first of every month. So pretty soon we'll be having a new one up here. So this is what the indictment list looks like. You go all the way down. I just want to show you. This is if you live in Louisiana, you can see what's going on in your area. If you live in Michigan, here are the indictments. The number of. Here's New York. Okay, so very, very amazing. Let me just keep scrolling all the way down for you guys so you can check out your own state. Okay, see how many indictments there are, and keep in mind there's about we got it what 1,050 or something like that, but right now they're showing 72,000 sealed indictments, 72,522, and then this is a little bit of the less unsealed, excuse me. So there was some unsealed, 6,858. There's unlisted ones, and keep in mind too, talking with the indictment folks on this, the indictments, there's like 3 states or 3 districts, I can't remember, that actually don't report. So this number could be a little bit more too. So there you go. Interesting stuff. There's your indictments. Okay. So that's under the crumbs. Okay, crumbs. We got who is P, resignation info, Trump's accomplishments, sealed indictments. Now the accomplishments goes to MAGAPIL, but we want to have it here in your arsenal so you can have it. Sealed indictments, we just talked about that. Executive orders, this opens in a new window as well, but Q tells us to follow the pen. That could be executive orders. So here's all of the executive orders. Okay, guys. So when you're doing your research, you can kind of see what's going on with the executive orders. Again, this is a tool. This is your artillery. This is where we go to get our artillery for the meme war, for the war, to talk about people. Notable human trafficking arrests. This one is also arrests, if you keep in mind, not accusations. So these are actual arrests that are notable. Again, another brilliant anon put this together for you to go through.
And yes, someone just asked if this is on our site. This is all linked to the site. That's exactly correct. That was the purpose of this mission, was to bring this information together so it was easy to digest for people who have no clue what you're talking about.
This intheMatrixx.com is the Q Army's armory.
That's right. This is your post or your base.
That's right. Checkpoint, however you want to put it. But look, this is obviously we're still on 8chan. We've got the U.S. Treasury blocked persons list, but it's the SDN, which is the they actually allowed us to frame it up too. So this is the specially designated nationals and blocked persons list. This was also been information that we need to kind of look at as well. There's your Secretary Munchin, right? So again, we're seeing these people in the news. Let's go look at their sites. Again, so this is in the crumbs. Department of Justice news. This is the DOJ news. This is something that we have to keep an eye on as well. They told, today, there's a tax return preparer sentenced to more than 10 years. They'll say DC and Maryland residents scheme to file fraudulent tax returns and obstruct the IRS. So this is where the DOJ is actually opening indictments, and Deputy General Attorney Rod Rosenstein issues memo. So this is where you can get some of the news from the DOJ. This is where I got it, right? This is part of my bookmarks, part of our bookmarks. This is the IG reports, the Inspector General reports. This will open in a new tab, but we need to keep a close eye on this, okay, as well. So just another tool for all of us to use. Other important documents should also be noted here. This is how the CIA uses journalists and clergy. This is a PDF, and these are the JFK papers. Okay, so
and we're going to link a lot more of the sauce stuff right here. This list is going to grow really quick.
Yep.
of things for you to read, to understand, and to discern. Remember, you're using your logical mind to understand the truth again, and that is a personal journey. It isn't for someone to tell you what the truth is. It's for you to discover what the truth is on your own. And so we're providing that layout, that groundwork to encourage you, to make it easier for you to navigate. Is what we feel like is most important for the efficiency of the next 6 months of this part of the dissemination going public. People really starting to ask. I mean, the questions that are coming are huge, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. The people hearing my voice. Um, if you have spoken to people in your real world about anything to do with anything conspiracy, you are going to have questions by those people soon, whether they isolated themselves from you or not. They'll be coming back around once a lot of this starts hitting the mainstream.
Absolutely, and I'm just going through the carousel on top. That's what that's called. So I'm just kind of showing the folks there that too. Then we've got the camp too. So let's just go back to the menu. The camp. So we just went through the crumbs. Now the camp is going to be testimonials and firewall and prayer walls. This is our prayer wall. It's also here as well. This is the prayer wall if you want to come in. Unfortunately, I know people have to sign in for this because there's liability issues and making sure we can take some action if we need to. Okay, so if you want to leave a prayer wall or need prayers or answer a prayer, you can come here as well on the prayer wall. Okay, so that's the intheMatrixxx.com prayer wall. And also we're going to go back and we're going to go look at the camp again for testimonials and forums. I've asked people to take a look at it. Tell us your story. You were once asleep, but you're now awake. Tell us the story, your story about how you got to take the red pill, so others can learn and share. It's been one reply. So, and then a cue for your thoughts. And you can add a new discussion as well. Again, we have to have people register. That's like any website, because we're not the Chan boards and protected like them. But you can use a Proton email to be anonymous. However you want to do it, guys, okay? This is for you guys. Go ahead. Okay, so now we're going back to the comms, right? So going back, we've gone through new to Q. We've gone through the core. And the core is, Shady and Twitter, event schedule, Patriot News Network, all the other Patriots, and the memes, okay? Then we've got the crumbs, and the crumbs had the who is P, the resignation info, Trump's accomplishments, all of this notable trafficking. And we tell you if it's going to open in a new tab, okay? Just so you know, you don't get scared or freaked out. We tell you it's going to open in a new tab, okay?
And the tabs are vetted. They're safe sites. A lot of the browsers out there will throw up notifications here and there on some things that the general they don't want you to see, but we're not linking anything here to anything that will harm your computer, even if they may be giving you some notifications that it is.
Yep, protect yourself as well. And we are now HTTPS, just so you know, we are secure. The comms, Q posts, that links to the Q map, okay? Q clock. We've kind of taken a different turn with the Q clock right now. It seems to be a little bit hard to read and stuff, but we found this from Q Press, and they're amazing. They also have, Q posts as well, and you can link to them here. Let's say you want to see what's on today's Q clock. You just hit today's Q clock, and look at that. So on today's Q clock is
there's all the posts.
Darkest days, amen, brother. This evil must be destroyed. God bless you, Patriot. Solid confirmation on Q team. I mean, look at the stuff that's on the clock today. We will be voting this week heading to Tennessee now. This one here. How many planes crashed since post? Standard deviation. Some Q reposts the Q map about John Barlow and the dig on John Barlow. Okay, and then Q goes down. This is an amazing dig. I remember this post. It said simple. We made it public. Operation closed and cleaned. Coincidence post drop. Coincidence no frame. Exact 30. Coincidence Senator Graham activated. In the end, you will be shocked to learn what you've essentially witnessed. Think New York City bomber fireworks hours prior. Where we go, when we go all. So if you want to see what's on the Q clock, this is an amazing place to go check the Q clock. I love it. This is amazing. And you can enter stuff that's even like in the future. Like let's say we wanted to find out, what day. Let's see what's going to happen on the 5th, right, of February. Um, or would we? Let's do the 15th because POTUS is talking about the 15th ending that thing. So let's submit that and see what happens. Okay, this would be on the Q clock for the day February 15th that the government will be open till. Panic in DC. I mean, look at this, guys. So very
Abuse of
cool.
power, executive order,
Very panic in DC. Panic in DC. Panic in DC.
Lynch
Abandoned
talking.
ship. I mean, look at that. Hussein staff talking. So remember, if anything, the Q clock is great to go look at Q past posts. So again, that's under the comms. Q post, Q clock, Q proofs opens a new tab, and we're linking over to QMap Pub. Again, we've got their Patreon link if you want to go ahead and support them as well. They're amazing. These are the Q proofs that they've put together. We need to get qproofs.com on here as well, but just so you know, we've got that for now, and we're working on everything else. Trump's Twitter archives. This is also a very good tool for Anons and myself and Patriots. If you
And yeah, patriots need to be reading the president's Twitter like you would read the daily newspaper. You need to read his Twitter feed every day, and I can't express that enough. He is the person talking to you. He's talking to you. He's taught you that he is talking to you. So I recommend that we all make it part of our day to read what he has tweeted because it is relevant to who who we need to troll and who we need to support.
Right, and he's got fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. So, Witch Hunt, you can go ahead and you can search tweets. This is a very amazing archive of POTUS's Twitter. So, if you think of something that Q says or whatever, look at there's 115 tweets with the word dishonest. There's 117 tweets with dope or dopey. All right, that's Q speak, isn't it? Stupid. These people are stupid. You were born. So look at this. I mean, this is how you can compare the Q posts to our president. Okay, so that's again, that's going back. That's the comms. Q post, Q clock, Q proofs, Twitter archives for our president, and then this is Q's private board. Okay, there's an error on. They got us again.
Second time.
Yeah, second time. Good job, guys. You're just gonna.
We got through most of it with them.
We got through most of it. So check it out, guys. It will be up very soon.
And that's the third time today.
Third time today. Yes.
So if what we're doing isn't important, why would that be necessary? So we are in the very preliminary, like one day away from having it being very tough for them to do this. So we're excited and wanted to get in here and showcase it with you because we're building it for you. We built it for you. We built it with you in mind. Matrixxx and I have spent a large portion of our adult lives red pilling people. We have an idea of how to red pill someone and how to be gentle with them and how to be patient with them. And we wanted to make a presentation with the site that reflected that to you so that you can use some of those same tools for yourself and for your friends and family. We know that the only reason that you would be trying to red pill someone is if you love them. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to be red pilling people that are argumentative or derogatory or mean or rude. But when those people are your family and your friends that you really love and care about, we have the tendency to overlook that and try to get information past that wall. It's just a wall. It's not who they really are, and it's not what they really think about you or us or this. They just don't understand, and we all have to be so much more patient and so much more free with your love and abundance to include those who attempt to argue with you, are not necessarily your adversary. We've been taught this world of sports and one team versus another team, but we can play together and we can agree to disagree civilly. And that's the conversation that I want to start here with this site and with you guys and with all the work and devotion that we've seen over the last year gather within this movement. It's a reflection of you, and I'm hoping that's coming in 5-5 for everybody out there. Much love to everyone.
Yep, and I want to show you this too. This is Q Post 2213. It's study the Democratic playbook Q proof. And this is a meme that was talking about the playbook and the playbook of the Q post from Donald Trump, our president, to the Q post. And it links to this Matrixxx account. And it says, "Do you believe in coincidences? Think of context. Nothing to see here. Q." So that's a direct Q post with me mentioned in it saying, "Study the Democratic playbook." Nothing to see here means they've got nothing on me, guys, in my opinion. But check it out. We must be very well over the target. I'm very proud of what we're doing. Shady, we're gonna come on again really soon. We don't have our schedule up yet. But we will be having our a schedule here soon. We're testing right now. It's 3:52 on the East Coast, and we started at 3. So we're just trying to see how this is going for everybody. But you know what, Shady? I think it's kind of amazing that they did this in front of all these people.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that example being set. I want the Anons out there to be on the same page with us, and I want them to see what we're doing. They've got an idea of what we're looking at. They see what our vision is a little more clear now, and it can be explained a little bit better. And you are watching you're watching an attack in real time against real information, truthful information. That's what we're presenting. We're showing you how they do not want you to know this information, as they try to tell you that other things are P. So
Patriots. That's so funny, man. I mean, the guy's just an underling. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not rude and wicked
Pope.
and evil. Oh,
even though Pope is spelled out in the Q post, guys, Pope is spelled out in the Q post, and he's saying those that backed him will be pushed into the light.
Right.
That is the Q post. Those that backed the Pope. He was asked directly, "Is it the Pope?" So we are on a mission to say that 1.5 million times, if that's what we have to do, to let people understand that you, as an American, as a person of the world, have an account in your name that's in a trust somewhere, and they think they own you. And that has been what globalism means, is the Skynet worldwide. And you're on a system that rates you on your behavior worldwide. And if you don't play through by their rules, then you don't get to play in the system. That is what we are attempting to break.
that's right. And there's the Pope. Those that backed him will be pushed into the light, guys. All right. And we found that the Parisian bankers, via the Rothschilds, bought the Vatican. Bought the Vatican. Okay. Petraeus didn't. Pindar's PP, like Caleb over on the soapbox, didn't do it.
Mainstream news in the 1800s.
Nancy Pelosi didn't do it. Pence didn't do it. Okay, guys. So there you go. And then, obviously we need to go back real quick to kind of wrap this up. When people are using Q posts, yes, there are theories, and I get that. But this is, does P equal Payseur, family of the old bloodline cabal? And that's a retweet or repost by our Q team. Q, 1970. Hey, Q, does P equal Payseur? When do we get to start seeing the pain? So here we go. So the question was, does P equal Payseur? And Q retweeted it. Okay. So there you go. There you have it, Shady. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that my excitement is bubbling over, and I couldn't be among a better group, and I couldn't ask for a more interesting time to be alive and watching world events unfold every day. I have no interest in entertainment or movies. All I have interest in is this group of Anons out there and bringing them together and having this conversation grow larger fast. That's my intention, and I am very thankful to have found someone as yourself who I work seamlessly with through this whole process. Matrixxx and I, it was as if we had the same vision in our head. It was not, we weren't squabbling over what to do where. It was almost like we saw the layout in real time the same. So it's really great to see it reflected here, and it's really great to share it with you. And I'm super excited about getting feedback and interaction and the new things that we're going to be doing in the near future.
Yeah, man. And thank you guys very much for your prayers for my mom. She is doing great, thank God. The engine that came with the ambulance was engine Q17, and then when we're in the, they were going to move her to a room from the ER to the room, and she got room 17, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and we both said Q, and we still both started laughing. And the prayers, let me tell you guys, thank you so much for those prayers. We forgot our power and we're regaining it. And with that, Shady, I think we're going to take us out. Patriots, thank you very much. If you guys want to go back to the site, check it out a little bit later once it's up. We are going to figure this out. Smash the thumbs up, smash the like button. Go ahead and let us know what you think. Sign up. Excuse me. There's a contact form there if you want to contact us. We get about 100 and some odd every day. Right now, we're 150,000 top website in the U.S. This is why they're attacking us. They don't want us to talk. We have the power. We're taking it back. Shady, any last things before I take us out?
Take us on out, Matrixxx. I want to tell all the Anons out there how much I love them. I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I want to thank the guys behind the scenes that helped put this together, and all the people from Patriots United Discord and all the other servers and Anons out there. And we are bringing your voice forward soon.
Much love, Anons. Much love, Patriots. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching us get attacked in real time.